What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And yes, we gave Big Bird a bath yesterday after that off-roading session. And if you guys watched the last video, then we were overheating a little bit still after replacing the radiator hoses, thermostat housing, water pump, pretty much everything but the fan clutch. And we were still overheating a bit while we were on the trail. So I figured, why not go and do the last piece of the puzzle? I got myself a new fan clutch. Now this will obviously be a lot better than the one that's on there, so even if mine isn't gone totally yet, it's better to get one now and not be stranded on the trails. But after that trail, I didn't overheat on the way home, and yesterday when I went to go wash it, I was doing my best to try to make it overheat just to see if it was still overheating, and I couldn't make it overheat. So I think we're out of the woods on that, but the last piece of the puzzle is still going to be to install our water pump. Now I will basically go and check right now if we have any air bubbles in the system. And we did park it on a little bit of an incline just so that we can see all the air bubbles rise to the front, but I don't know how well you guys can see in there. She is full, so I don't think we have any issues with that. So I'm going to leave that closed. I'm not going to touch that. Today we are going to rip apart the fan basically so that we can put on the new clutch, and it is a bit of a pain in the butt to get the fan off, so I will show you guys how to do it without the specialty tools, because there is specialty tools, but I'm not a big fan of buying something that I'm going to use maybe twice in my life. So what you can use is a strap wrench to hold your actual pulley, a adjustable just so that you can get onto that nut. It's a 36 mil or a 1.42 inches, and a hammer so you can knock it loose. So basically we're going to run through all of that and get that done. I have a couple other things I want to finish so that we can get it basically trail ready. And as you can see, I have cleaned out the back. There is not much stuff left. That is just a bag of cans. Here we have an empty oil bottle because that spot in the trunk is drying out from when I washed the Jeep. The back window leaks just a little bit. And then we've got basically our water supply for my water pump and tire deflator and some cleanup gear because you never know who's gonna get muddy. But yeah, we have pretty much everything. I still have an air filter I'm gonna throw on, but I want to take the airbox off and actually clean it out, because if you guys can see from all the times that we've gone off-roading, it is caked in mud. And this is mud. You can see, like, it's not actually rust, it is mud. So I'm not gonna clean this because it's just gonna get to the same state basically one trail in. You can see this is one trail in on a brand new radiator and it's already getting filthy. So I think what we're going to do is take the airbox off, wash the entire airbox, clean the airbox, and make sure that anything inside is clean, because I have checked it. No water actually gets through into there. It just gets a little nasty and muddy around here. So I'm not too worried about that, but I do want to clean it out before I throw a new one on, just so that we're not sucking up dirt right away. Still got my light bar cover drying from when I actually washed the Jeep, because you can see it's still filthy, but I tried to wash it as best as I could. I leave it on there because if it's dirty, I'll wash it and then I'll take it off and let it dry, and it's already dry basically 12 hours later. But last piece of the puzzle will be to throw on my synthetic winch cable. If you guys remember, we just got a brand new winch under warranty, so lucky us, but it came with a steel cable, which I'm not a big fan of, so I took that off, and I already have a synthetic cable that I'm going to use from my last winch. I cleaned it, I washed it, I made sure it's nice and fresh, so it's ready to go on there. And basically, yeah, that's going to be the last piece of the puzzle. So I'm going to need help to put that on, so I'm going to wait till I finish this. We're going to put this on, make sure this runs as it should, because if you see right now how easily my fan spins, it shouldn't be spinning that easily. So you'll see what the difference is once I actually throw on the new one. But yeah, let's start tackling that. All right, so I apologize if it gets a little bit loud while I'm working, but I am working in an underground garage, and this is pretty much the best that I can do right now with what I've got. So bear with me, guys. But right now, the best thing that I can do is relieve the tension on the belt and move the belt out of the way for myself for now. Then we gotta loop our strap wrench in here. It's not the easiest with the fan shroud still here, but we'll make it work somehow. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing gloves, because I usually don't, it's because last time I did this, when I broke the nut free, my hand kind of slipped and I really banged it up and tore it apart. So I don't want to do that again. That's never fun. But I guess it comes with the territory with fixing stuff. You always get some busted knuckles. And I'm going to secure it under this pulley so that when I spin it, it kind of locks itself in and I have two hands free. And there she is. Well, a bit of sweating my ass off later, and we got her out. Now the fun part though. We have to remove the fan from the fan clutch, and it being old, I don't know how easy that's gonna be, and I don't really have a good way to grab it, so I'm gonna hit it with the impact. I know that sounds kind of reckless, but the impact gives it continuous hammer hits. Like, it doesn't give it a full twist like I'm giving it with a ratchet. It doesn't have the chance to break as quickly. It kind of just hits it periodically. Like, I don't know how to explain it. If you guys know how an impact works, then you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so let's try to remove these actual bolts here. And they don't look terrible. I've seen a lot worse on the Jeep, so they should come out. And just like everything else on the Jeep, they are 13 mil. Well then, forget what I said. I forgot my adapter, so I guess we will give it a shot with this. See if we can... There we go. That wasn't so bad actually. Yeah, these are actually coming out really nice. And then watch, the last one goes to snap on me because I say that. So they actually all came out pretty damn easy, which is surprising. There we go. The bearing in here definitely doesn't sound fresh. And you can see how hard this one is to move compared to this one. So I think it was definitely on its way out because the resistance on this one is crazy. You guys will see when I go to spin it once it's installed. So I'm not going to worry about torquing them like crazy, but I am going to make sure that they are nice and tight like they were before. And now I think she's ready to go back in. Now I'm going to lock this in on the other side of that pulley. But we need to flip it because it's a directional wrench and it only has teeth on one side. So it's only going to grab on one side, so I need to flip it. For some reason that went a lot easier than the other way. Get it nice and tight, And now we just tighten that nut. Now you don't need the hammer for this part. You just want to make sure you get her nice and tight. Sweet. Now I'm just going to reroute the belt and we're good. And that's about it. It looks like it's seated. Whew, summer is here because I am sweating my ass off. But that repair went a lot easier than usual. So yeah, hopefully nothing else goes wrong. But check out how easy it spins, or how hard it spins compared to the other one. So like, I'm actually trying to toss it. So hopefully that's a good sign. Let me clean up all my tools and we'll start her up and see. All right, so moment of truth, time to start her up. And this is gonna go basically one of two ways that I can see it going. One, it's gonna start and it's gonna run great. Two, I'm an idiot and it's just gonna chew up the belt and I'm gonna have a lot more work. I'm hoping for number one. I've done this belt many times. So let's hope for the best. Hey, it didn't throw a belt. But no, it's honestly spinning a hell of a lot faster than it used to, so I think it definitely did help. Good stuff. That means that this one right here, we can say goodbye, toss it in the trash. I bet you guys don't have that in your house. You don't have a garage. You don't have a garbage that someone else will take care of for you. One bonus of doing it here. And I don't need to really run it and warm it up right now because I will take it for a drive. So we'll shut it down. And sick, everything works. I'm stoked. It does run a lot faster, so I think that we definitely did the right thing by replacing it. And one thing I forgot to mention too is I fixed my radio. Alright, that's enough of that because I don't want to get copywritten, but yeah, it's looking good for the Jeep. It's on the up and up. Everything is working. We fixed the radio, we fixed the cooling issues, the fan is running how it should be, there's no air bubbles left. Now let's slap on that winch cable, and I think this weekend we're gonna be tearing up the trails again. Now I'm gonna go grab my girlfriend so she can help me with the winch cable. And I don't always use this, but when the Jeep is running right and I don't feel like burning it to the ground, then I want to keep it around. And yeah, I know these things aren't perfect, but it just causes more pain in the ass for anybody trying. Okay guys, we are back now. I have a helping hand from my girlfriend. I'm gonna set up a couple lights for us, and I hope the audio isn't too bad. I am using a head cam, or a head mount for my camera, so hopefully the audio comes out decent enough. But yeah, let's wind up that winch cable. And I know I need to take care of this, but that's because we're going to be throwing in a switch panel in another day or two, so I will take care of that loose wire. And we will be taking care of all of these switches. That's what I was going to do today, but I didn't have the opportunity because we had to do the fan clutch. But that's all right. We'll get it all running and then we'll do the mods. So, don't know why I put the key in. Don't need the key in. Just rolling it back. Come on, roll back, buddy. There we go. And we want her probably somewhere around there. I'll move it forward in a minute. Now we can set the brake. Grab our cable, grab our controller. or deering I should say, because I don't use a hook. I actually don't even use this half the time. This is just to hold it in place while it's not being used. I use synthetic shackles. Just feels safer using synthetic on synthetic. And this winch sounds a hell of a lot better than the last one. The last one honestly sounded like it was gargling rocks. So, big improvement. Definitely a big improvement. Yeah, the last one worked well. Nothing was really wrong with it, except for it making a lot of noise. And since I had warranty, 4 Wheel Parts decided to warranty it for me. And if they're gonna give me a new one, I'm not gonna say no. And I got another warranty on this one for 3 years for 40 bucks. So who knows, maybe we'll get another one. Now that that's done, I am gonna change, put my lights away, and then we'll take Big Bird here for a drive and see exactly how our new cooling system works, or how our new fan works. There isn't any bubbles left, so there's nothing really to do on that end except for drive it and see if it's still overheating. But like I said, yesterday I drove it, tried to get it to overheat, and it didn't. So I've got faith that it should be good now. But since we did that change and we have new parts in, let's go, let's take it for a drive, and let's see how she acts. And I guess I'll throw these insulated ones upstairs, and I got myself some more gloves that I can throw in the Jeep for winching and working and hopefully not getting stuck. But it's always good to have gloves in the Jeep. Last thing I think I'm gonna throw on real quick before we go for our drive is the light bar cover, just because I don't want to hear any whistling. I still haven't gotten around to getting myself the actual little adhesive padding, like the little foam that you can throw in the back to get rid of the noise. But to be honest with you guys, I kind of grew a liking to the light bar cover because it keeps everything clean. I don't have to really worry about the light bar getting any rock chips or anything while I'm on the highway, and I do a lot of highway. So it honestly gives me a little bit of peace of mind, and it's not really that hard to put on. As you guys can see right now, all you really got to do is start one side. Once you get the other side on, and this is made for a little bit smaller light bar, so it is a little bit of a tight fit, but you can definitely get it to work. See, you just kind of slide her on and then work your way across. And because I put it on backwards, you should be putting it the other way, but since it's a little small, I put it on backwards. And this way, when the wind hits it, it's not lifting this edge, it's kind of tucking it back towards itself, so it has no chance of falling off. And I've never had an issue with this thing so far. It works great. And that's it. Now we can go for a drive. We're taking the Jeep for a drive now, and we just went to go grab some stuff. We need to run some errands, so I figured why not take the Jeep this time. And we are sitting just before 100. So pretty much right where Ryan says that his Jeep runs at. We'll see if it keeps rising. My Jeep usually always runs right at the 100, like in the center. But we'll see, maybe because of the new fan, or the new fan clutch I should say, it's gonna run a little bit cooler. We'll see. Let's go for a bit of a drive and we'll find out. We're almost at our next destination now, and I've been doing a lot of stop and go, a lot of just slow driving. So not really a big opportunity for airflow to go through the rad, other than the fan doing its job. And so far it's been doing a great job because it's been staying just below 100, so it's been staying just below where it usually does, but it's still staying within where it usually would, just a little bit lower. So it makes sense because my last fan was spinning a little bit slower than it should, so we are cooling a bit better. And yeah, so far so good. We're gonna complete our mission here, doing our errands, and drive around a little bit more and keep testing it. But so far it looks like it's gonna be all right. It looks like the bird's gonna live. Well, after driving it around all day and testing it and basically just using it as a daily, she's good. The temperature's staying rock solid at the right before the center mark, so pretty much where it should be. A little bit lower than where it usually used to, so actually I'm pretty happy with that. And I think that we are finally done with the repairs on the Jeep, and we can finally start going and enjoying again, which is nice because because it's been a long while waiting for parts and fixing it and just screwing around, but now we're finally done, and I think we can finally get back and just hit the trails. This is what happens when she buys too much shit and we can't carry it home. Got 2 tables around my neck.
Happy. I'm very happy. Thank you. You're the best. You really are.
This was honestly like the easiest way to do it. But yeah, they're not that light. Full steel. Oh, it's good to be back. So, I think that's pretty much gonna about finish it off for today's video, guys. We're ready to hit the trails. We're actually gonna get back onto the trails, hopefully soon. Hopefully I can get out on Sunday and we can actually hit some trails on Sunday, but only time will tell. I have my hopes up because pretty much almost everybody's almost fixed. All my buddies have done their mods. A few guys are still waiting for parts, but almost everybody's ready. So should be a good season, should be a good summer, and hopefully you guys will be there with me. So if you guys want to see more content, don't forget to jump down there, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button because it helps me out a ton, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, guys, ride safe out there. Peace.